33 vertebrae. I'm back. So we want to see how the ancients uh, used technology to influence their magnetic fields, especially the magnetic field of integrity. Because the ancients understood that only with integrity will we be able to bring a balance in the magnetic fields and have prosperity in this reality. So, what did they do to influence their magnetic fields? Mostly, it's about sacred geometry. So, let's see how they did this. Still reading my book, The Three Vertebrae. So, this is chapter 9 on magnetic fields of integrity. So, ancient wisdom long understood this. Integrity was not just a code of conduct, it was a form of energy hygiene. We always do cleaning. We clean the house, we clean our environments, our clothes. But the most important hygiene is our energetic body because everything in this reality is run from the energetic body, the energetic system, the Markaba, the magnetic fields. The ancients understood that the all is mind. Everything is operated from the subtle. So we have to bring harmony from the subtle spaces to experience harmony and the manifestations we want in this reality. So integrity was not just a code of conduct, it was a form of energy hygiene. In Egyptian temples, sacred geometry was used to realign the observer's energy field through perfect symmetry and proportion. I always told you that everything we see in this reality transmutes energy. The shapes, the geometry, just by observing, looking at it, it sends certain frequencies to us. So what the ancients did, they placed geometry in all everything that exists. So by just observing them, it transmutes that energy and realigns your field uh, to integrity. And you'll be able to send awesomely to magnetic fields and see your manifestations come to pass. So let's continue. So in the sacred geometry was used to realign the observer's energy field through perfect symmetry and proportion. These shapes weren't chosen for aesthetic purposes. They were tools for healing, aligning the body and spirit with the natural order. Even in modern cities like Nairobi, we can still see remnants of this understanding etched into the old architecture. In Nairobi, you can see a lot. There are some old buildings built by people who are wise, who understand frequency and vibration. Check out the old buildings around the city. I've always done this in another video on sacred geometry, so you can check it out and see what I did there. So we can still see in old architecture like banks, administrative centers, churches, all hint at a lost knowledge of geometry as magnetism. Magnetism is super important. Just even the kind of structures, you can see the kind of designs of how they are built, the kind of geometry yeah, we have on the frames, on the doors, on the windows, yeah, is emitting a certain frequency by just looking at it and send those energies and realign yeah, your magnetic field. Integrity then is geometry in action, acting out of integrity. We are now acting geometry. Most geometry is always static because just images and stuff that are in constant, they're not in motion. So by acting out of integrity, you are now uh, acting the geometry in action. It is the inner symmetry of thought, feeling, and action aligned as one. The alignments that we have, we are now aligning the inner geometry to take a certain shape. When the inner geometry is in a certain shape, it influences your energies and how you act in this reality. So it's about bringing coherence, alignment internally, the inner energies. You see, we always break our bodies in triangles physically. But how is that? Because when you break it physically, we are subconsciously aligning our minds, which inversely aligns our energies. So physically, what we can do is just to have our bodies aligned. But in that sense, we are also subconsciously aligning our minds and our energies. Yeah. So what the ancients did is that they went further and created geometry around so that when you see them, goes further into aligning our bodies and our energies into alignment. Huh? Let's go on. Which often results to healing. So, so when we act with integrity, our magnetic field becomes more coherent. I always say that when you're manifesting, is about sending information into the fields. So when this field is in alignment, the signal is strong and in alignment and will bring your manifestations faster. It's like when it's not in alignment, we have a disrupted signal. The connection is weak or fragile. So we want to keep it in alignment. That is what acting with integrity happens. And by being in alignment with the energies that are aligning, your fields are aligning, you get protection and you also get healing. So conversely, when we compromise our truth, even in small ways, we weaken our shield. Small ways may include simple corruptions like dropping money on the street for police officers, yeah, giving them something small to pass the line or to get an appointment. That is all acting out of integrity, which has become normal to us today, but we are still breaking our magnetic fields, yeah, which weakens our shield. That's why we get attacked. You easily get manipulated. Yeah. Low vibration energies, things that are of low vibration come and interact with us because of such things. So we open our fields to energetic intrusion, emotional disturbance, and physical disease. So the heart often symbolizes as the seat of love, is the generator of this magnetic field. Yeah. I was saying, see here. So this is the heart. The heart generates a magnetic field. When the heart is in harmony, the rest of everything becomes in harmony, realigns, and you get your signals. You send awesome signals, and they are strong into the fields. The whole idea of manifesting is to we send out something into the field, and then the field brings it back into reality, transmutes it, and makes it to crystallize into this reality. So when there's disruption in the magnetic fields, it takes longer for our manifestations to take place. So that is why it's super important to be at the heart. I always emphasize be at the heart, yeah, because the heart runs everything. That's why let's talk about the softness in heart, being at the heart, acting out of love, creating with the love. That's what I always mean. So when you're creating with love, love is the heart chakra. Yeah, you'll be vibrating from the heart frequency. Everything will be in alignment. And when everything is in alignment, your manifestations come faster because they are strongly into the fields. Yeah. Even science today, yeah, science now confirms that the heart produces the largest electromagnetic field of any organ in the body. When we live in kindness, courage, and compassion, this field becomes stronger and more organized. Being at the heart, super important. Being at the heart, super important. Conversely, when we compromise our truth, even in small ways, we weaken this field. Where am I? So the heart radiates outward, creating harmony not just in ourselves but in others. You know, when you're people who are always at the heart in harmony, their strong field will affect yours and you'll also have the same, resulting to healing. That's why I always encourage you to book private sessions with me. Because when you are together, I'm able to radiate that field. And when you're in that field, you are able to align. And when you align, your manifestations come faster. Because that's all. It's all about being at the heart, grounding. Yeah. Which may be very simple to do, but it's something very difficult for others who have been always misaligned most of their life. So this is why being around certain people feels healing. They're in alignment and their field stabilizes yours. That's what I talk about when I say quantum healing. This is what I'm talking about. You're matching your field to another field that is vibrating in a high frequency or in harmony. That's why it's always important to ground, being barefoot, walking barefoot on earth. Earth is awesome. It's always vibrating. It has a electromagnetic field. It's vibrating at a certain frequency. It always harmonizes. It knows how to transmute low vibration energy. Me, the first thing I wake up, I always do my grounding. Because grounding is how I realign my field. Yeah? Once I realign my field, I'm at the heart. I'm able to maneuver this world awesomely. Yeah, you know, this thing has been used by even in ancient days when you are sick. Well, all you needed to do was to go out in nature, connect with nature, walk barefoot on the earth, run in the forest, spend some time up in the hills. Yeah, and you come when your field is in harmony, the rest falls off. You know, diseases and low vibration energies cannot exist in high vibration places. Yeah. So that is the whole idea of healing. We start healing from the subtle spaces, from the subtle regions, from the subtle energy, from the energies level. Then slowly it manifests, crystallizes into the physical. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I was talking about the way planes are interfering with the magnetic fields. Yeah. That's why you see us staying around airports. You can see they always get sick and they just, yeah. Because it's interfering with the magnetic fields and disrupting your alignment. Yeah. So it's always important being out in nature because nature knows how to ground and transmute low vibration energy into harmony. Yeah. So in this chapter, we came to understand every thought, every word, every action shapes the magnetic field within and around us. Whatever you speak, always speak kindly, speak blessing. Even if somebody hurts you, speak blessing to that person. Yes? Because we are trying to bring harmony in the fields. Whatever you put out, you get the same back. You may feel, you may be tempted to utter certain kind of words at them. Of course, they'll get that will interfere with their field and they'll feel low. But you also feel get the same back. Because that is the same thing you're putting out there, the same thing you'll get back to you. Yeah. So it's very important to always bless everyone. Everyone you meet, you bless. Whatever they do, you bless. Because it's always about you. Focus on yourself, not on others. That is super important. Focus on yourself because it is all about you. The whole of this reality is all about you. You know, some things happen to you simply because of your energy. It's all about aligning you. So for them to align you, the universe will use anybody or anything around to bring you into that, to learn that lesson and come back to harmony. It's all about that. If you don't learn, it will still send through another person. I learned this the way that so when I needed to learn certain lessons, the universe will use people around me. But since you know, when you are always in the physical, you'll get angry at this person. But it's not them, they're just being used, they're a pawn. Yeah, like in the Matrix. Yeah, the movie The Matrix. You saw the way uh, you kill the one person, but it moves to another person, and they use another person to bring the teaching back to you. Yeah, so it's always about you. So when some things are happening to you, the most important thing is look at yourself. It's a mirror. Everything else is a mirror of what you are. So always focus on yourself. Bring harmony to yourself. In fact, what I always do sometimes when things are going wrong outside, all I just do is you lock yourself away from everything and you go in and you balance yourself. Once you balance yourself, it helps to bring harmony with the rest of the. You just realize even once you're balanced, when you come back outside again, things just change. Yeah, things just change. Yeah. So the future of health, our society, and our planet depends not only on innovation or science, but on each of us becoming guardians of our own integrity. Integrity is very important. Yeah. Be in integrity. Don't just do things because you think somebody is watching somewhere. Do things for yourself. Because whatever you do, whatever you're sending into the fields, yeah, you'll getting the same back. So integrity is super, super important. If you want to see our societies change, act with integrity. Michael Jackson used to say, I'm talking to the man in the mirror. Yeah. I'm asking him to change his ways. Yeah. So it's all about you, the man in the mirror. Yeah. Everything is a reflection with you. So go sit in the mirror and look at yourself. Yeah. Whatever change you want to see in this world, bring the change first in you. By bringing the change to yourself, yeah, it will now result to the change in everyone. That's why let's say one day if the whole world, if we can decide, sit at one time and we all decide to send love to everything, just imagine what will happen to this world. What kind of change can we bring to the world? Just everybody sits down at a certain time. Everyone, everything, we all agree. Just imagine what kind of influence we can send into the field. 33 variable. So this chapter on integrity is important. Start with yourself. Don't focus on others. Just start with yourself. Bring integrity to yourself, and everything will fall into place. And your manifestations will be faster. 33 variable. Magnetic field is super important. This concept is super important because as you clean yourself, you are cleaning the world. And once you clean the world, everything will be in harmony. And I think we'll win. Because you know, Earth is a school. We came to learn lessons. So if you are doing that, I think the whole Earth will ascend. Will everybody will ascend and we'll have a new Earth. Yeah. And I don't know if we'll be reincarnating here again, or we'll just continue to add our worlds. 33 variable. That's my time. Thank you.